Okay, good morning to everyone. Let's see if there is more people joining, but anyway, we can start, and then as people joining, we will accept it and we'll allow them to get in, okay? First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Alvaro. I'm responsible for international sales of the company Grecom Technologies. And then today we're gonna be presenting you all the different solutions that we have in our portfolio for the hospitals industry or for the healthcare industry. Okay. Just to let you know, this session is gonna be recorded. Okay, so we can share with you with all the people that subscribe to the webinar. We will send a copy of the video later on. Also, we will send a copy of the presentation. Okay. So let's start all over. Okay, first of all, I would like to introduce you our company. Grecom Technologies is a company that is specialized on developing real-time image analytics, and we are very specialized on thermal imaging. That is our biggest expertise area. Okay. Right now we have over 30 different solutions developed, which cover a very wide range of analytics lines, which I will explain in the next slides. We export to 64 countries, and then one of the key advantages that we have in our company is that we cover the full chain of value. That means that we have our own R&D department that is the one responsible for developing all the different solutions that we sell. And then also this department is in charge of customizing or doing a solutions OM for our key clients. Okay. Also, we have an integration department which is responsible of integrating all our solutions with existing cameras on the market, like with the main manufacturers like Axis, FLIR, Dahua, Hikvision, Hanwha, Mobotics, and so on, Vigilon, Pelco, so pretty much we can work with all the main camera manufacturers in the market, and also is responsible, this department, to integrate all our solutions with existing security systems like VMSs, digital input and output, access control devices, and so on. Okay. Also, we have a department that is in charge of doing all the pre-sales and after-sales and maintenance, just in case that something goes wrong or there is any failure or there is a failure of communication between the camera and the analytics, or between the camera and the VMS. So this is the department which is responsible to give you support in case that something goes wrong. Okay. These are the different lines of analytics that we have right now. So we have 9 different lines. We can cover perimeter surveillance, we can cover safety, marine surveillance, traffic. We are very specialized on tunnels, on roads and railways, channel control. Then we have fire prevention and detection for either wild forest or industrial scenarios. We have solutions for healthcare, which we will be talking a few of them today. Automation. We have also solutions to control any manufacturing process or any yes, manufacturing process will be the ideal definition. Then we have face recognition and access control, and then we have forensic. Okay, so today for the hospitals, we're gonna be talking about access control, healthcare, forensic, and then also for perimeter. Okay. So what are the most common problems that we found out, especially on the hospitals, employee and general public access control? Okay. So first of all, I mean, given the current situation with the COVID-19, the face mask detection is very key. Sometimes, I mean, it is key that anyone that enters into the hospital or any of the premises related to the hospital comes in with a face mask. So this we have a solution to detect, not just to detect that they are wearing the face mask, but also to identify while using the face mask. Also temperature control. I mean, hospital is let's call it the hotspot on the given situation right now. So we have solutions to detect those people that are with high body temperature. Then we have solutions to have occupancy controls. So as you know, that sometimes, I mean, given the current situation with the COVID-19, you need to make sure that there is not too many people gathering together on given areas such as waiting rooms, emergency rooms, or restaurants. Okay, also we have a problem on the registration process. Sometimes it's too slow, especially in the private hospitals where you have to revise or check out the insurance company if they authorize the treatment and so on. So we have solutions to speed up this process. So we can speed up on the hospital registration and also on the registration for external medical offices or registration. Okay, queue management, also we have solutions to make it move faster. Okay, and then on the, especially on the private hospitals, we have loyalty programs too, so we can identify and then give kind of like a different treatment or speed up the process for those clients that are constantly, I mean, they come quite often, or they are VIP clients of the hospital. Okay, and then from the employee control, access control, okay, we can have on the access control check-in time with face recognition, checkout, okay, access registration and follow up within the premise. So we know how these employees are moving within the premise, what areas are they entering, what areas are they not entering, how much time they spend in each one of the areas. And then also access control on the restricted areas, so COVID areas, intensive care, surgery rooms, and radiology. Okay, so how do we do all this? Okay, most of the solutions on the access control, what we propose is to do it with face recognition. Okay, so what we do is we have a solution that we can guarantee without mask a 99.87% of accuracy, and with face masks we can guarantee a 98.4% of accuracy. Okay, so this is a very reliable and efficient solution. Has been certified by the NIST, which is the National Institute for Standards and Technology. This solution has been tested versus some other solutions on the market, and then we have come out to become the top 5 solutions in the world. Okay, well, out of all the solutions that this authority has been testing. The good thing is that all these this solution follows all the privacy regulations. That means that all the images get encrypted into the database. No one can access to the image unless you have the authorized credentials. Also, the system does not allow you to share the images, so everything gets on the database and it gets locked down on that database. As for the speed of detection, is very fast, so we can detect in less than 100 milliseconds. Okay, and then it's very flexible, so we can work on premise, we can work on the cloud, or we can work on a hybrid. And then from processing requirements, one of the good things about it is that we save about 20% of the processing requirements. Also, the system is compatible with all the operating systems available on the market, which is Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, and iOS. So it's also accessible through any smartphone or tablet. And then, so for the healthcare, I mean, what can we do from the monitoring point of view? What we can do is we can have like a mass detection. Social distancing, this is very important. So whenever we see on the gatherings that the people are too close to each other, so we can trigger the alarm and then ask the people to separate a little bit from each other. Audience management, so we can know how people are moving inside the premise, where are the places where they spend more time at their gathering. Okay. Also, we can have like a suspect detection. You know that in hospitals sometimes there is people that gets a little bit too conflict. It gets a little bit it's a little bit too conflictive. So we can identify those people. So in the next time that they come in, so we can be prepared for that. So we can also do counting people just to make sure that how many people is inside the premise versus the maximum occupancy that is authorized on the building or on the area. Okay, activity monitoring. So this is will be kind of like a heat map, so we can know how people are moving around and where they're spending more time. This solution, one of the key advantages is that it's contactless, so you cannot supplant the identity of the person. Okay, and then I will show you a video later on how we do it. And then also we have the multi-factor authentication. That means for example, on the COVID areas where people have to needs to wear special equipment, and sometimes they are fully covered with glasses, with mask, and then also with the emergency equipment. Sometimes it's impossible to identify with the face recognition. So what we do also is we give a badge that you just like put it on the clothing, and then automatically just scanning that QR code automatically will identify the person. Okay. Then also from the facial recognition, we can have access control, we can have VIP recognition. So this is also for our loyalty programs. It's quite good to be used on the hospitals. Okay. And then we can do subscription and activation on new customers. So what we can do is we can have kind of like every time that any employee or any new client or any supplier comes in, I mean, what you do is you register into the database. So for the next time that they come in, automatically you will be able to identify. So imagine, for example, I'm just going to give you an example. Imagine that one person that previously has been in the hospital has been registered. Once it gets into to the registration desk, automatically the system will identify, and automatically the file or the on the screen of the computer will come out it will come all the details of that person. It will come the name, when was the last time that it came in. It will come out the security insurance that is registered with, the number of security policy, and also can give you what was the last time that came in and what was the treatment that he had and so on. And then we can have also the liveness and anti-spoofing notifications. So this is what I explained to you earlier. This is to identify the people that try to fool with badges, try to, excuse me, they try to fool anyone with a false identification on the access control. Okay. And then from the analytics point of view, what can we offer? I mean, we can classify all the people that coming into the premise by gender, age, and facial expression. So we can know this. We can also have heat maps, queuing time, dwell time, how much time each person spends inside the premise on average, occupation panel, so we know exactly how many people is in and how many people can come into the premise in case that we have a maximum occupancy level. And then also what we can do is we can identify the risk group, the risk group, which is people which is over 65 years old. So for instance, we can say, okay, the maximum people that we can have inside the hospital with that range of age is about 65 years old. So whenever we reach that limit, we can block the access. Okay. Here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you a video, okay, on how we can detect people trying to supplant or trying to just supplant the identity. Okay, so this is a touchless solution. As what this system does is identifies people a real face. So whenever we identify a real face, you can see that is a green heart on top of the image. That means that there is a real face. So whenever we see that is a picture or a photography, I mean, automatically there is a red heart. That means that the system has detected that is not a real face. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, and also even with like mobile devices or smart tablets and videos, we can also identify when there is not a real face. Okay. So this is the system that we can use not just for registration of the people that come in, but also for check-in and check-out of the employees, and then also to monitor how people are moving inside the premise, how much time they spend in each one of the premises, and so on. And then also, as you can see, you have like the double authentication. So first of all, you recognize with the face and also with the badge. And if
Grecham
the
Technologies,
doesn't match
your
with
partner
the badge,
in video
face
analytics.
recognition will not grant access. Okay. Also, what we have here is we have a platform, is a security platform that can manage all the cameras that are connected to the system. Okay. What are some of the key advantages that this system offers? This is not just a recording device like common VMS. It has some artificial intelligence and deep learning. So that means that, what that means, first of all, that we can do a smart search. Okay, so imagine that, for example, in a hospital, we have thousands of cameras connected, and then we have like an incident that someone, I don't know, stole something, or someone, there was a fight inside the building or something like that. And then we need to identify that person as he's moving inside the premise. So what we can do is we can upload into the filter tool, or into the search tool, the face of that person that we're searching. And then what we can do is we can search throughout all the cameras that are connected to the system in the hospital, and found that person just with a smart search solution. Also, what we can do is we can do a smart search with color of clothing, type of clothing, and also, for example, in case on the parking lot, we can also do for the type of vehicle with license plate, license number plate, and so on. Also, this is a system that it has the smart presence. That means that if there is no movement in the camera, the resolution resolution drops. So we save recording space on the servers. Okay, and then also we can have like heat maps, occupancy counting, and then also we have a tool which is the secure sharing. That means that the system, in order to share the video clips, I mean, just the authorized people can share it. Okay, not just everyone that access to the system. Okay, and then it has a smart recording, so that means that in case that there is no people in the field of view of the camera, the resolution drops. It has access control integrations with pretty much all these access control devices available, and is also is available with a mobile app, Android and iOS. Okay, this is how will be the architecture of the system. We have two options. You can go with our cameras, or you can go with the third-party cameras. Most of the cases, the system is already going to have existing cameras. So in case that you go with our own cameras, the good thing about it is that the analytics include the cameras include analytics embedded into the camera, and also the recording is embedded into the camera. So that means that we don't sell the full stream of the video through the cloud. Everything is being saved locally, and then you just access through the cameras, through the cloud, and through any mobile device, laptop, or server. Okay, so this how will the structure will work. I mean, you have the cameras connected directly to the cloud, and then you access to the cameras through any mobile device, smartphone, or tablet. Okay. And then in case that you have a third-party cameras, what you do is, I mean, you just need a server where all the analytics and the recording hard drives are being installed. That connector or that server is connected to the cloud, and then it will be the same as previously. I mean, you can access through any mobile device or any laptop. You can access through the cloud. Also, there is APIs and SDKs available. So in case that we need to integrate the system with an existing security system, VMS, or access control device. Okay. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a video on how the smart search tool works.
Welcome to AvaWare. Today we're going to cover search. Search is a tool that allows us to search for specific events that may have occurred across one or multiple cameras. This allows us to search for things like the appearance of a person or a vehicle, a line cross event where a vehicle or person has crossed a specific virtual line that we've drawn, loitering events where a person or a vehicle may have been stationary for too long in one place, indicating something like an idling vehicle that may be outside of a loading dock or outside of an airport, or a person that may just be acting suspiciously in an area that they should not be. We can also alert on sound detection, and this leverages the onboard sound detection in our AvaWare cameras that can detect things like glass breaks, loud noises, smoke alarms, and many more audio models that are being added with each release. So, for example, if we were to create a line cross search, what we can do is we can choose what kind of objects we want to search for. We can stick with any or go down to a specific person. This person can be specified based on gender or based on the attire that they're wearing in the top or the lower quadrant of their body, and you can combine both colors as well, looking for people in uniforms or based on a description that was given by a third party. We can also leverage an image. If someone has captured a cell phone image of this person or vehicle, we can upload that in order to do a search based on these detections. Then we can choose where we want to do this detection. So this detection can take place, for example, on a camera in a parking lot. It could also happen inside of a building. So if we were looking for people that may have been in front of a register, we can choose one or multiple cameras and then choose the line that we want these objects to be crossing in order to qualify for the detection. We can choose the direction of travel of this object. And in the case of something like a convenience store, if we're just looking for anyone that is walking out, as this person just did in this example, we can unclick the entering direction so that we're only looking for the direction of travel out the door. And then we can choose the time period that we're searching for. This can be anywhere from specific minutes down to a block of time that may be days or hours. And in our case, when we're just looking for the last 30 minutes worth of search, we're presented with all of the events that correspond to our search criteria. So in our case, we're looking for people that are exiting. And if I highlight over that video, we're going to see the people that are exiting. I can click into this video to see it in greater detail. This will allow me to see not only the event that occurred, but the object within our floor plan as that user exits this building. I can then click to act on that activity. But we can also see in our parking lot as a person was crossing that virtual line that we created. So this allows us to very quickly get to the events that matter to us and then act on them. These different video clips that we have captured here can then be exported. So we can take the relevant information by clicking the plus, and we can choose to share or save. So we can export this as an MP4. We can share this as a publicly accessible link. We can bookmark it so that these video clips do not get deleted by typical retention. And of course, we can also do similarity searches if we want to look for people that are similar to the objects that have been detected in these environments. Now, you're also presented with the ability to create a rule. We have a whole nother section dedicated to creating rules based off of searches as well as other parameters. I implore you to check that out.
Then another solution that we have is the temperature control. Okay, so as you know, this solution there has been we launched it to the thanks, well, when the COVID-19 show up, okay, and then as you know, there is a lot of solutions like this, but to be honest, most of them are not very accurate because the way that they're performing is not reliable. Okay, so as you know, this is how we set up the system for. What we do is we recommend to analyze one person at a time. in a way that we can detect, we can go into the inner eyes and then to most of the key areas on the face in order to detect people with high temperature, okay? And then the maximum distance that we recommend to detect one person is 1 to 3 meters away from the camera, okay? And then just the person needs to stay there for about 1 second. So as you know, there is a lot of solutions in the market that say, okay, we can analyze multiple people simultaneously at a distance of 10 meters and 20 meters. That is not accurate, and let me explain you why. The energy dissipates with the space. That means that the farther the person is from the camera, the less accurate the camera is going to be able to read the temperature, because I mean the energy or the heat dissipates with the space. Okay, so that is the reason why we recommend to have the camera between the person between 1 to 3 meters away from the camera. Okay, and then also it's very important that when people come from outdoors, they spend like about 30 seconds before they get into the check-in point, so they can their body temperature can climate or can get level up to the same temperature as where the camera is located. So in a way that the temperature screening is very accurate. Okay. So we have two types of solution. We have the embedded solution, which is compatible with Axis cameras. In this case, is with the Q2901. And then we have server-based solution, which is compatible with FLIR and Mobotics cameras. Okay. In this case, with the FLIR is the A300 series, 310, 320, and A65. And then with Mobotics, the M16TR. Okay, these will be the cameras that are compatible with this solution. Here I'm going to show you a small video. So here it shows, I mean the detection in less than 1 second is detected. I mean, even if you wear like a face mask or you wear glasses or you wear hats, I mean, the system is going to be able to analyze the temperature. And you see, whenever the temperature is within the level that we have set up, is in green. Whenever we trigger the alarm, it goes on red. So it triggers, and also you have like sounds available. So okay, and then another solution that we have for the hospital industry is the perimeter surveillance. I mean, especially on the parking lots and especially on the critical areas. Okay, then we have the perimeter lookout. Okay, this is a solution that has artificial intelligence. That means that can auto-classify the objects that we're detecting, like humans, vehicles, and so on. Okay, does not generate false alarms by animals, vegetation. Okay, for the movement of the trees in the windy days. Then light changes. Okay, especially with the cars at night, sometimes it might create some problems. Shadows and raindrops on the lens also does not generate false alarms by that. Okay, has multiple detection rules. You can have intrusion, light crossing, prowling, an abandoned object. Okay, this solution is compatible with all the IP cameras available on the market, and is right now is integrated with Milestone, although it will be integrated with the rest of the VMSs available on the market very shortly. Okay, here I'm going to show you a video on how this solution works. As you can see, for example, this person right here is carrying a dog. The dog is not being detected, meanwhile the person is being detected. Okay, and then we're going to talk about the last solution that we have for hospitals. As you know, all the hospitals, they are required to have kind of like a substation that can supply or can give them energy in case of electricity shutdown. So this is very, very key that this machinery or this area works perfectly. So here what we do is we have a solution which is called the transformer monitor, which basically what it does is analyzes the temperature thresholds of all the electrical components on this critical machinery for the operations of the hospital. Okay, so basically here, as you can see, there is 3 boxes. So we analyze the temperature of all those 3 boxes, and then what we do is we take the maximum and the minimum temperature of all the components which are on the image, and then we come out with an average temperature. What we do with this temperature is, we save it on a database for each one of the boxes. So that means that what you can do is you can analyze how that specific box is evolving on a period of time. And then in case that is starting to overheat, that means that component sooner or later is going to require to some sort of replacement. So this is kind of like a preventive maintenance and anticipating to all major problems that might show up on this critical equipment. Okay, so this solution is available with fixed or PTC cameras. With PTC cameras, the good thing about it is that you can cover many areas with with just one camera. Okay, then also has one very unique thing, that is the simultaneous radiation and distance configuration. As I explained to you, the heat of the objects or the energy dissipates with the space. Okay, so what we need is we have kind of like a rule that what we do is, depending on what distance the object is from the camera, that we like adjust in a way that there is the temperature reading is very accurate and there is not a deviation on the reading. Okay. You can do also analysis offline, because all the images and videos are being recorded on raw streams. So that means that you can move the mouse around the image and then you can figure out the temperature of each one of the objects. Okay, and then this is on real time. So what you can do is, in case that you are connected, this system, it will be connected to a control center automatically. Whenever it detects an overheating component, it will trigger the alarm. Okay, these are some of the success cases that we have achieved. Okay, from the law enforcement and defense, we have with the FBI in the United States, we have installed the VMS that we just introduced you, and also the cybersecurity system. With the NATO headquarters in Brussels, we installed the human temperature control. On the Rota military base, which is a NATO base in the south of Spain, we do all the perimeter surveillance of the military, Navy, and Air Force bases. Okay. On the oil and gas industries, we work with companies such as Saudi Aramco, Repsol, Cepsa, and then Endesa and Enagas, which are Spanish companies. As for critical infrastructures, we do all the perimeter for the Madrid International Airport, Trillo nuclear plant here in Spain, Valencia port, which is the largest port in the Mediterranean by container traffic. Telecommunications, we work with companies such as AT&T, Facebook, Telefónica, which is the Spanish telecommunications company. Etisalat is in the Middle East. Okay, and then here also we have companies on the healthcare. We have on Sofia Hospital, and then also the North Shore, okay, which is a university hospital in Sweden. Also, we have the system, the VMS installed. Okay, these are some different distributors that we work with. Anixter, ADI, we have global agreements. Secotronic in Saudi Arabia. CCTV centers here in Spain. Elco is in Eastern Europe. Compass in Italy. Ingram Micro, we have agreements for Europe and Middle East. IncomeX is LATAM and also United States, and Tech Data for Southern Europe. Okay, and then this is some of the different installers that we work. I mean, G4S, Prosegur, Securitas, Stanley, I don't know, Hitachi, Vantara, AT&T, Indra, Thales. These are some of the key system integrators that we work with. So here you have my contact details in case that you need to reach me for any information. Okay, also in case that you want to request a demo of any of the solutions that we offer you, you can either request it by email or you can access to the demo link that you have here on the image. Just to remind you that the price of the license includes setup, configuration, and fine-tuning. That means that until the solution is not working as expected, we will not stop working on it. Okay, so this is kind of like a turnkey solution. And then in case that you have any questions, you can activate your microphone, or you can either do it through the chat. So please, in case that you have any questions, please go ahead. Any questions on any of the solutions that we introduce? Okay. Well, as I said, we will be sending you the link to the video of today's webinar, and also we will send you a copy of the presentation that we used today for your review. And then in case that you need to get in touch with me, please feel free to contact me. Okay. So if there is no questions, thank you very much for attending to today's webinar, and then let's keep in touch. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.